Research starts with a question, something you want to know more about, but how do you come up with that question? Step 1, find out what's expected. When I get a research assignment, I start by looking at the expectations. What's the goal of the assignment? When's it due? Can I choose any topic or are there limits? How many sources do I need? What kind of sources? It helps to underline or make a list of the expectations so I can keep them all in mind as I work on the assignment. Step 2, brainstorm possible topics. It's tempting to look for the easy topics. For example, exactly what we talked about in class, or the first thing that comes up on Google. But that often means reading a lot about something I'm not really interested in, or struggling to write something original because it's the same topic everyone chooses. I'm more likely to do well if I follow my interests than if I try to guess what the instructor wants to hear and write a generic paper. There are lots of ways to think of things I'm interested in. Something that caught my interest in the class, my major, hobbies, experiences from my life, or conversations with friends. I can start by making a list or mind map of topics we've covered in class. Then I ask myself some questions. Which of these topics did I find most interesting? What was I surprised to learn about? How do these topics connect to my own life? What have I been thinking about lately that might be related? I like to start by brainstorming freely, then narrowing things down. Step 3, get some background. Once I have some ideas, I do a little general research to help me select a topic. As I explore, I can start to actually shape my research question. Getting enough background helps me come up with an informed, complex research question. For instance, I'm a graphic design major, so I might start with a general interest in advertising and graphic design. After learning about some differences in ads in the US versus in other countries, I might ask, how does culture affect graphic design and advertising? Step 4, think about scope. I want a topic that I'll be able to cover in the space that I have. Someone could probably write a book on cultural influences on graphic design and advertising. So, if I'm writing a short paper, I need to focus on some parts of that topic. To do this, I pay attention to which locations, groups of people, time periods, or effects are coming up in my background research. For my question, I could pick 2 countries to contrast during a specific time period. For example, I might narrow my research question down to, how does culture affect graphic design and ads from the last 10 years in the US versus in China? As I research more, I'll probably narrow that down even further to 1 or 2 aspects of graphic design, or a particular type of ad, or specific cultural trend. Keep in mind that research is a messy, non-linear process. You might find the scope that you chose is too narrow. It's okay to go back to step 3, get some more background, and revise your research question based on new information. Step 5, explore my question. Once I know my question, I'm ready to start researching. I'll continue to stay flexible. I often refine my research question further as I go. That doesn't mean it's a bad topic or I need to change it completely. Part of the point of researching is to develop new questions as I learn new information. So it's pretty normal for a topic to evolve as I write. These steps always help me pick interesting, worthwhile topics. If I'm going to spend hours on research, I want to make sure that it's time well spent. I love when I finish writing a paper and I feel like I actually learned something that was relevant to the rest of my education and my life.